Alright, so now we will be opening the Destiny Masters Speed Duel booster box, or deck box. It comes with 3 decks, Yugimoto, Maximilian Pegasus, and Nishizu Ishtar. Kind of a crazy name, but alright, let's get started. Oh no. Hold on a second. Try to get this open here. So we got Yugi. Got the playmat. The promo cards. Pegasus. And Ishizu. Alright, so let's start with Yugi. And then we will do Maximilian and then Ishizu. These deck boxes are so tiny. I've never seen a smaller case for cards. This is so crazy. So Power of the Dark. Basically just the automatic field spell. Destiny Draw. If you lose 2,000 or more life points, you can activate this skill during your next draw phase. You may search your deck for any card, reveal it to your opponent, and add it to your hand instead of drawing. If you do that, flip this card over. Yeah, it's okay. Final Draw. Activate this skill during your main phase, once per turn. During your turn, you may place a counter on this skill. If it has 3 or more counters, when you would draw a card, you may search your deck for any card and add it to your hand instead. At the end of the turn, use the skill, you lose the duel. So this is very situational. If you're going for a big OTK, this skill would be really useful. Dark Magician, of course, Feral Imp, Rogue Doll. It's very anime related. Dark Magician Girl, Legion of the Fiend Jester, the Stern Mystic, Double Cotton. It's gonna be okay, cool. This is actually probably a pretty good card for this format as is. 1700 attack, and you can use it to tribute Dark Magician, for tribute for Dark Magician. Blue Dragon Summoner, nice. It's actually a decent card. 1,000 Knives, Sage's Stone. If you control a face-up Dark Magician Girl, special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand or deck. If you actually manage to pull this off, that would be amazing. Dark Magic Attack, solid. Get Dark Magician on the field, take out all the back row. Ryukyuu. Target 2 face-up monsters on the field, half the attack of 1 monster, and if you do, add the lost attack to the other monster. So, probably, I mean, these kind of cards are good right now because there isn't that many options. But this would be really good for getting over Blue Eyes right now. If you got any other card and you're versing a Blue Eyes, half the attack added to you. You can get over it, no problem. Tribute Doll. Tribute 1 monster, special summon 1 level 7 monster from your hand. That can be normal summon or set. It cannot attack this turn, so okay. Get Dark Magician out. Wonder Wand, okay. So tribute a Spellcaster, draw 2 cards. Life Force Sword, kind of garbage. I mean, even in this, probably not that useful. Magician's Circle. When a spellcaster monster declares an attack, each player special summons 1 spellcaster with 2,000 or less attack from their deck in attack position. This would be good as long as you're not against a mirror match. If you activate this against another Yugi, I mean, they're just going to get the same benefit as you will. Magic Jammer, decent. 7 Tools of the Bandit. So this will probably be decently useful. Negate any trap, pay 1,000 life points. Alright, so next up is Pegasus. I play Pegasus in Duel Links a lot, and I know his skills are pretty good, like Mind Scan. Hold on a second here. Can't get this flab open. There we go. But of course, if you are playing tunes, it might just be best to play It's a Toon World. Basically, you can get a Toon World on the field at the start of the game, which is probably one of the major issues with this deck is getting Toon World. But Toon Table of Contents is also in here, I know. So you can easily run, I mean, you could basically run 6 Toon Worlds if you wanted, which is like 3 Toon Worlds and then 3 Table of Contents. Basically, in a 20 card deck, you're always going to draw it almost. Mind Scan, amazing. So I use this in Duel Links a lot. At the start of the 3rd turn, if your life points is 3,000 or higher, activate this skill. You may look at your opponent's set, spell, and trap cards at any time. So in Duel Links, this also covers set monsters, but I guess they nerfed it a bit. It's just set, spell, and trap cards at any time. So it's not as good as it's supposed to be, but still pretty good. Especially if you're trying to avoid back row, you know what to pop. And like what's bluff or what's just not a problem for you. Lenny Mai, at the start of the duel, look at your opponent's opening hand. You may choose to have that player shuffle their hand into the deck and draw a new hand. Pretty good, I guess. If you know the combos that they need, and if you see that they open up a good hand, you might as well try it. Just try to get them to brick. Especially if they have an inconsistent deck, this will be pretty good. Rogue Doll, Toon Alligator, Parrot Dragon, Dark Rabbit. It's typical vanillas, I guess. Toon Mass Sorcerer, pretty good. Draw 1 card if it inflicts battle damage. Only 900 attack though, but yeah. With only the base Toon World, probably not that good. But with the other, trying to remember, Toon Kingdom, I believe it's called. This is actually not bad because it can't really be destroyed. Another one, Toon Mermaid. I believe cannot be known with summoner set. Pay 500 life points, declare an attack with this card of a Toon World. When the field is destroyed, destroy this card. Okay, so it's just basic attack directly, but it is a special summon, so if you want to run like tunes with like maybe something else like a tribute monster, that works. Can we know someone's special summon? Toon World must be first special summon from your hand by tribute in the same number of monsters. So yeah, you basically just summon this tribute for Summon Skull. Too bad they don't have Toon Dark Magician Girl. I think she's pretty good. She doesn't need to wait a turn to attack directly. If a Toon World's on the field, destroy this card. Okay, so another one, just a beat stick that attacks directly. Relinquished, nice. So this will be interesting. Basically take an opponent's monster, and if it would be destroyed, you can destroy the card let's see. It's been a while since I've seen this. Once per turn, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, equip that target to this card. This card's attack and defense between it can become equal to the equipped monster's. If this card would be destroyed by battle, destroy the equipped monster instead while equipped with that monster. Any battle damage you take from battle involving this card inflicts equal effect damage to your opponent. Nice. So, not bad. And then, of course, the way to get it out. So, that's a nice add. Toon Table of Contents, they only have 1 in here, but if you can, I would get 3 of these for sure. I feel like this card's just broken. Add 1 Toon card from your deck to your hand. I mean, you can even add Toon Table of Contents and just shrink your deck a bit, add more consistency. Toon Rollback, target 1 Toon monster you control, it can make a second attack. This is good because Toons can attack directly, so basically it's Toon Summon Skull and you activate this on him, basically that's OTK. And of course, there's typical Toon Worlds. Pay 1,000 life points, activate this card. Yami. Okay. I mean, I don't know about this. I don't know how effective this would be in Toons, but they don't really have much other options. I'd probably swap this out for a Toon Table of Contents or something. Sword of Deep-Seated. Equip monster gains 500 attack and defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard, placed on top of your deck. Sure. Toon defense. Basically, when your opponent's monster declares an attack targeting a level 4 or lower Toon monster you control, you can make the attack direct instead. Probably not that good. Jar of Greed. Basically just draw one card. It's a trap. And Wild Tornado. Target one face-up spell or trap. Target one face-up card in the spell and trap card zone. Destroy this face-up card. Then its controller can set one spell or trap card from their hand. If this set card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target one face-up card on the field and destroy that target. So, yeah. I mean, none of these cards are going to be like crazy good because it's the first boxes, but there are some cards like of course Toon Table of Contents that are just really good in Toons and stuff. So just swap out the bad ones with some of those. Persistence. Oh, Prescience. Persistence, something like that. If your opponent's life points is more than twice your life points, activate the skill. You may look at the top card of both you and your opponent's deck at any time. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good for like trying to see what your opponent has available, but really probably just run Mind Scan or something. Gravekeeper's Lot. If you lose 1,800 or more life points, you can activate this skill during your draw phase. During your draw phase, you may search your deck for a Gravekeeper card, reveal it to your opponent, and add it to your hand instead of drawing. So it's another one of those searcher cards. I think Mai has one too. Yeah, just take damage, add a card to your hand. Gravekeeper. Millennium Necklace. At the start of your opponent's turn, before they draw, you may look at the top 3 cards in your deck and rearrange them in any order. If you have any consistency issues with your deck, probably Millennium Necklace will help a bit. So Gravekeeper's Curse. Yeah, summon to inflict 500 damage. Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier. Got 2 of them. Vassal. Any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is treated as effect damage instead. This card is only really good, in my opinion, for farming on Duel Links. Like, I don't even think it has any use in actual speed dueling, but whatever. Gravekeeper's Chief, tribute. Takes 1 tribute, special summon a Gravekeeper from your graveyard. Gravekeeper's Cannon Holder. Basically, if you want to burn your opponent. Gravekeeper's Assailant. When this card declares an attack while Necro Valley is on the field, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change the target's battle position. Gravekeeper's Assailant again. Gravekeeper's Priestess, gain attack. Gravekeeper's Recruiter. It'd be better if there's 3 of these. Basically, anytime this card is sent to the graveyard, add 1 Gravekeeper to your hand with 1,500 or less defense, so it's pretty good. Gravekeeper's Shaman. Gravekeeper's Oracle. The Cat of Ill Omen. Flip. Choose 1 trap from your deck and place it on the top of your deck. Or if Necro Valley's on the field, you can add that trap to your hand. So that's good if Necro Valley's in this. I'm assuming Necro Valley's in this. Gravekeeper's Steel. Stellar. Target 2 Gravekeeper monsters in your graveyard. Add those targets to your hand. This effect cannot be negated by the effect of Necro Valley. Hidden Temples of Necro Valley. Activate if both a Gravekeeper's monster and Necro Valley are on the field. Neither player can special summon monsters except Gravekeeper monsters. If either Gravekeeper monster or Necro Valley is not on the field, destroy this card. Sebek's Blessing. If your monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, from a direct attack, gain the amount of life points. Okay, so just add life points to you. It's okay, I guess. Blast Hellblight Tribute. When An opponent's monster that was tribute summoned declares an attack. Destroy as many face-up attack position monsters as your opponent they control as possible, and if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Seems to be a lot of life point gain and burn cards in here, kind of. Rite of Spirit, target one Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. This card's activation and effect are unaffected by Necro Valley and the Eye of Truth. Wait, is Necro Valley even in here? What? Wait, what? So all these cards are specific to Necro Valley, but they don't even have Necro Valley in here. Maybe it's one of the promo cards, we'll see. Okay, time for the promo cards. Hopefully we can get Necro Valley or something. I'm getting a little bit worried about that. Okay, Shard of Greed. Because this format is kind of slower, Shard of Greed is actually considered pretty good. So it's basically a pot of greed, but you have to wait 2 turns. The Golden Apples. When you take damage while you control no monsters, gain life points equal to the amount of damage you took, and if you do, special summon 1 token with its attack and defense are equal to the amount of life points you gain by this effect. So probably not too bad in this. It's like kind of like a draining shield almost, I guess. But you also get to summon a monster, but you also need enough life points to be able to take the hit for this effect to be useful. And Mimicat, so no Necro Valley, which is interesting. Maybe there's a skill I missed. Like, I don't know if I missed something, but Mimicat, if you control Toon World and a Toon monster, target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard. If it is a monster, special summon it to your field. If it is a spell or trap, set it to your field. You can only activate 1 Mimicat per turn. So that's actually sounds really good. Either take a spell or trap or take a monster. So that's actually really good for this format, I would say. Anyways. And then there's just the game mat. I showed this in the last video. Typical 3 monster zone, 3 spell or trap card zone. Yeah, no extra deck or no extra summon zone, and no pendulum zones because none of that's in this game yet. And that's it. Let me know what you guys think and what you guys think of the new Speed Duel decks and which one are you playing. See you guys later.